Today we are going to do a little Pilates mat routine and it will require no props, just you and your mat. So please start with me lying down. Head will be at whichever end you'd like, and your feet will be flat on the mat, arms rest long next to your body, feet are just to begin sitting bone width apart and parallel to one another. Take a deep breath in, fill your lungs with breath, and then as you exhale, press your feet down, curl your sitting bones off of the mat slightly, and as you do so, try to track your shins forward over your heels and ankles, and then you uncurl, release. So that if I were to move in any direction as I do this, I would slide toward my feet versus pushing myself back toward the wall behind me. Good, and uncurl, release, 2 more like that. It's just a little pelvic tilt. And uncurl, release, 1 last time, small tilt. And uncurl, release with your pelvis nice and neutral. Reach your arms up toward the ceiling. You've taken a lesson with me. You know I love my puppet arms. Inhale, pick your right shoulder up. Let that humeral head release, followed by left. 1 more time, right. Let the right shoulder blade drop into place, and then the left. And then just open your arms wide apart. As you do so, feel your rib cage laterally expand, and as your arms float up, your rib cage gently narrows, hugging your heart and your lungs. Inhale, open, and exhale, close. 1 last time, breathe in, arms part. Exhale, arms float up, and this time take them overhead. Inhaling, circle them out and down. Big arm circles. Breath in and breath out. 1 more in this direction. Inhale and exhale, then reverse. Please breathe in and out. 2 more times. Breath in and out. 1 last time, big arm circle. Pause about halfway. Once you get to about here, your arms are in sort of this Y shape, then just bend your elbows, bringing your hands behind your head, forearms, elbows wide is what I was trying to say. Keep your elbows wide and just pick your chest up, straight up toward the ceiling, and then lower it back down. What most of us want to do is pull our heads forward. Try to avoid that so your head stays aligned with the rest of your spine, and you're just picking your chest and shoulders up and lowering them. Picking your chest and shoulders straight up toward the ceiling and lowering. Again, exhale, lift and lower. 2 more times, exhale, lift and lower. This time, lift up, hold. Draw your chin now in towards your throat. Flex your waist even more. Think sternum toward pubic bone. Reach your arms forward so your fingertips find your thighs. And then flex your waist a little harder. Let your fingers glide up closer to your knees. Bring your hands back behind your head and lower. Chest up a little. Chin comes in towards your throat. You curl up a little higher. Arms reach forward. Glide your fingertips up closer to your knees. Hold yourself there as hands come behind your head and lower. 3 more. Lift a little. Exhale. Flex more. Arms reach forward. Flex your abs to bend you more. Hands behind your head and lower. Last 2. Lift a little. Exhale. Flex more. Arms reach forward. Come up just a little higher. Hands back behind your head and lower. Last 1. Breathe in as you lift a little. Exhale, you flex more. Arms reach forward. Now stay here. Little pulses, up an inch, down an inch. 2 and 3 and 4. If your neck is getting tired, hands can come behind your head for sure. And up 7, slow steady pulses. 8 and 9 and 10. Come all of the way down and rest. Amazing job. Press your arms down into the mat now and lift your pelvis up into a full bridge. Once you're up there, stay up there. Keep pressing your feet down and tracking your shins forward over your ankles. Take a moment to consciously relax your right glutes. Let your right hip dip down toward the mat. Engage your right glutes, come back to center. And then your left glutes will relax. Drop your left outer hip to the mat. Engage your left glutes, find center. Right side again, inhale. Exhale up to center, left glutes relax, left hip lowers. Engage your left glutes, find center. One more time, right. All the way up. And one more time, left. All the way up, stay centered, breathe in. And then exhale, just slowly lower all of the way down. Tail comes down last, perfect. And then with your glutes nice and primed, ready to support the weight of your legs, we're going to circle the arms just to that sort of T shape. Bend your elbows, which will remain wide. Hands come under your head. Pick your chest and shoulders up yet again. Bring your right knee into your chest, followed by your left. And then just lower both feet to the mat as you inhale here. And exhale, flex your waist to pick your feet back up. Inhale. And exhale, draw your knees back in. And notice that I'm not letting my back arch. I'm holding my abs, keeping them nicely engaged so that my legs are supported by their strength versus hanging my legs off of my hip flexors or my low back. Just lower and lift. One more for today. Lower and lift. Rest your head. Bring your hands to your knees and just circle in opposite directions. Nice hip massaging circles, 3 in one direction. And then you reverse, circling 3 in the other direction. And then you come to center. Find stillness once you're here. Step your feet down and then just inch your feet further from you. So they're bent at a pretty wide angle. Keep your knees glued together. Straighten your right leg. Just like that. Arms up to the ceiling. Imagine you're pressing down into textured space as you lift your chest and shoulders off of the mat. Look towards your belly button and pump your arms in. 2, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5, in. And out. And in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. One more in. And out. 2, 3, 4. Pause. Right foot comes down. Extend your left leg out. Squeeze your knees together. Curl your abs and pump. 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice vigorous pumps with the arms. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, breath in. 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, and rest your head. Step your foot down. Draw your heels in a little closer to you. Press your arms down. Curl your sitting bones up again. You're trying to track your pelvis forward towards your ankles, so toward your shins. Once you're here, stay up. Press down with both triceps, the backs of your arms, pretty powerfully, as well as with your left foot. And pick your right foot up a touch, and then your left. Little tiny steps. Right foot and left. Right foot and left. Again, right foot and left. Nothing else shifts. Once more right and once more left. Both feet come down. Breathe in. And then exhale, relax your ribcage, slowly melt your spine back down onto the mat. Once you've done so, bring your knees in toward your chest, hands behind your hamstrings, slow and steady. Press your legs forward into your hands to come up to sit. And then once you're seated, you'll be here with your feet pretty far from your ankles, your forearms stacked one directly over the other. And then we're just going to start lowering that center core line of us. So imagine if you had a little, spring running through the center of you. We're trying to bend that spring uniformly, curling the tail under, setting one vertebra down, and then another. You can always let your legs straighten out a little bit more if you need to. You're definitely keeping your head aligned with the rest of your spine as you come down with control. Lift your head up, 1. Look towards your belly button, 2. Use your arms to help if you need to. Picking your sternum up and then bending at your bra line. 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up 9, 10. Inhale and exhale again. Start to sequentially lower. Biggest piece. Try not to let your head come far forward. Let it stay directly on top of your spine. You know where it is the whole time. Inhale, lift your head. Exhale, look towards your belly button. Pick your sternum up and start to bend. It should be a little shaky. It's definitely not easy. Inhale and exhale, lower, but this time we're coming back only about halfway. Once you get halfway back, stay here with hands on your outer thighs or in your genie pose. Do little pulses. 2, 3, 4, 5, so small, less is more. 7 and 8, flex your abs. 9 and 10, and then come all the way down. Well done. Straighten your left leg, bend your right knee. Press your right foot down, engaging your right glutes to lift your right hip up and set it down. And just do that a couple more times. Lifting, lowering, one more time, pick it up and set it down. And then from here, keep both hip halves level as you open your right knee to the right and then close. So what's tempting to do is to let all of you kind of fall off the cliff, I say, to the right, but try to stay on the cliff, keeping your center gathered against that abduction of your right thigh. And then you close. Hold here, take a breath in. And as you exhale, just hover your left leg and then set it down. And then pick it up, hold, and set it down. For today, just one more of those. Lift it, hold, and set it down. And then let your right knee come into your chest. Straighten your right leg if that's accessible to you. If that causes tightness here across the front of the joint, bend your knee, bend it a lot even, and just really work on getting this hip bone to glide smoothly in the hip socket. Maybe that doesn't happen with your leg straight today, or maybe you have a strap you could use. No matter what, keep this texture here across the front of the joint nice and soft. The femur head set deeply in the hip socket. Point your right toes, flex your left foot, and then pick your whole right hip up. Carry your leg across your body and down. Exhale it around and up. If your knee is bent, this will look more like so. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale across and down. Exhale it out and up. Breathing in and breathing out. One more in this direction. Exhale it up, pause, and then take it to the right and down, across your midline and up. 1. Inhaling and exhaling. 2. Breathe in and exhale. 3. 2 more. Exhale. 4. And last one out, down. Exhale it across at 5. Hug your right knee into your chest. Pull it off to the side. Getting a nice stretch. And then step your right foot down. Reach it out to meet your left. And I always am amazed by how much longer one leg feels after having done that. So maybe you feel the same. Let's bend your left knee, left foot on the mat. Press down with it to pick the left half of your pelvis up and then set it down. And then tone your left glutes to lift your left hip half up and set it down. And again, just pick it up and set it down. Maybe one more time, lift it and lower it. And then keeping your pelvis centered, just open your left knee to the left and draw it back in. Again, an exaggeration would be falling all the way off center. We're not doing that. We're staying gathered. I often tell my clients to imagine their pelvis is rotating to the right as the knee opens to the left. So one more time, opening, close, hold, take a breath in, and as you exhale, just barely lift your right leg up, nothing else shifts at all, and then set it down. And again, lift it up and hold, 2, 3, and lower. Just one more of those. Barely lift your straight right leg, just hold it, and lower it completely. Perfect. From here, draw your left knee into your chest. And reach it up toward the ceiling. Again, if that causes any tension here across the front of the joint, bend your knee a little bit. Make your life easier. This should feel good. Press down with both arms. Pick your left hip up. Carry your leg across your body and down. Circle it out, around, and up. 1. Inhale it across and down. Exhale it out, around, up. 2. Inhale and exhale it around and up. 3. 2 more. Exhale it around and up. 4. Last one. Exhale around and up. 5. Pause and then take your leg out and down across your midline and up. Again, if you're doing this with your knee bent, it will look a little bit more like this, which is absolutely perfect. It should again feel good, not like you're hauling your leg around with your hip flexor, but like you're actually supporting it with your glutes, with your hip flexors also, and with your abs. It should be really a collective, more uniform effort. And up, hold, bend your left knee into your chest, bring it out toward your shoulder for a delicious stretch there. And then press your left shin forward into both hands to come up to sit using little to no momentum. And then once you're seated, we'll prepare for rolling like a ball. Hands will be on your shins. You slide your feet in towards you, and without letting your head simply drop off of your neck, you're going to bring your ribs muscularly closer to your pubic bone or pelvis, which actually bends you with muscularity into the shape. That is the idea. So you're held together in this tightly bound and well integrated muscular ball, and due to the inherent nature of that shape, if it tips back in space, it will roll right back up, just like that. Good, keeping your neck and head off the mat the whole time. You just roll back toward the tips of your shoulder blades, and exhale, rolls you up. 2 more times, breath in, and out. 1 more. Inhaling and exhaling. Great job. Stay up, bring your hands to the mat, pick your hips up, slide back just a bit, maybe halfway. Bring your right knee into your chest. Your right hand will be on your outer right ankle, left hand on your right shin. And then you simply slowly lower, pressing your right shin into both hands to counterbalance your descent. Your left leg is straight, elbows are high and wide. You're really pulling that shin in towards your right ear. And then you switch legs, and breath is in and out, out. Breathing in for 2 and out for 2. One more right and left. Both knees come in. And now from here, find that same tight ball you found in rolling like a ball by flexing your abs into the shape. And then reach your arms out overhead, your legs out, circle your arms, hug your shins back in. Breathe in and out. 3 more. Inhale. 2 more. 1 more. Stay in. Hands behind your head. Give your neck a little bit of support, especially if you're newer to Pilates. Reach your legs up toward the ceiling. Flex your abs, come up higher. If your hamstrings are tight, bend your knees a little. That is 100% fine. And then just lower your right leg, catch it with your abs and pick it up. And then lower your left and lift. Lower your right and lift. Lower your left and lift. If you're familiar with the full version, you can hold up on your ankle, elbows again high and wide. You pull, right leg in, pull, left leg in. Inhaling and exhaling. 1 more time right and 1 more time left. Both legs come up. Zip your inner thighs together, either with straight legs or bent knees, and lower your legs just a little. Catch them with your abs and pick them back up. Inhale, they lower, and exhale, they lift. Good. Another version might be putting your hands under your low back. If that feels like you can access your abs a little bit more readily, totally fine. And lift. Another option would be keeping your head down entirely and just lowering and lifting your legs, or full version, hands behind your head, legs lower, hands straight, legs lift. One more. Breath in and out, and then bend your knees in. Try to bring your right armpit towards your left knee. Both shoulder blades stay off of the mat. Straighten your right leg. Move through center and twist and twist and twist and twist. Just like that. Both shoulder blades off of the mat. You're twisting your ribs. Elbows stay nice and wide, so there's none of this. Wide elbows. Good. And twist. One more right. And one more left. Oh, and rest. Nice job. Step your feet down. I always like to do a little counterbalancing bridge after that ab series. Hips lift nice and high. Do this thing where you relax your right glutes, lower, tap the mat with your outer right hip, engage your right glutes, lift your pelvis up, relax left, lower, tap. Left glutes engage, find center. One more right, and lift. One more left. And lift, and then relax your whole rib cage on your exhale, and slowly lower all of the way down. Reach your legs to straight. We'll practice a true roll-up transition here. Pick your head up, hands can be on your outer thighs. Use a little arm strength to walk you up, and then just sit up right on top of your pelvis, legs open about the width of your mat. Hands will be for today on the mat in front of you. Now, you're just going to start flexing your waist muscle so much so that it bends you forward, keeping your waist drawn pretty far back. So this is very muscular, bending me into this spine stretch forward shape. And then once my exhale is complete, I inhale, rise up. So I want to be clear that we're not just doing this and hinging forward and folding forward. We're really flexing these ab muscles to quite literally bend the spine very muscularly, exhaling fully. And inhale, rise up. Again, like that. Exhale, exhale, exhale. And then once you get about here, tuck your hands under your hamstrings and try to actually pull yourself into a smaller shape. Feel your abs engage. Let them hold you there as you reach your arms forward again. And then you simply inhale, rise all of the way up, and then you can lower both arms, bring your legs together, bend them so that for today they're just crossed, one shin in front of the other, and then carefully, please make your way onto your hands and your knees. And once you're on your hands and knees here, just round your spine and arch. Once more, little round and arch. And then come down onto your forearms. Reach your right leg back behind you and dial your right thigh down toward the ground. So your quadricep is really facing the ground, really, really, truly. And then point your toes and lift your leg up. And I say really, truly because it's so easy to do this in a little external rotation, and that's not what we're after. It's also, if you're like me and you have a very hypermobile back, lumbar spine, it's very easy to do this just by arching the back, and that's not what we're doing at all. We're keeping the pelvis closed toward the front of the mat and just practicing extending the hip, using hip extenders and lowering it. So chances are if your glutes aren't shaking and you're not really feeling this in glute max, maybe you're a little too externally rotated. Yeah, so even rotating way in as an exaggeration to try to find it is sometimes a good option. Good. And like most Pilates teachers, I'm a terrible counter, but I think this is about 10, so we're going to pause here, bend your knee to 90, and then just barely lift and lift, itty bitty. Again, in a little bit of that internal rotation so that your quadricep, the muscle lining the front of your femur, is truly facing the ground directly. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set your knee down, sit back, quick child's pose. Breathe in and out. And then Make your way forward yet again. Reach your left leg back. Once again, close the front of that hip to the mat beneath it directly. Point your left toes and pick that leg up. Chances are, again, if you're doing this correctly, your glutes will be shaking, you'll be feeling them, but also your leg will feel quite internally rotated, almost exaggeratedly so. No, that's not incorrect. That is what I'm asking for. Even though it might feel weird. It's good. Excellent. Just about 3 more. And lower. 2. And this time, hold. Bend your knee to 90. Again, we're working on that internal rotation, excuse me. So your foot might be kind of off to the side. If you're really in that internal rotation of the thigh so that your quadricep is facing the ground directly, and we're not just arching the back, it's really just the hip extending, lifting it up a little and down, tiny range. Good. If your glutes aren't shaking, you're probably not internally rotated enough. Go smaller, rotate in more, let your movement be extremely precise. 2 and 1 is plenty. Set your knee down, knees wide, hips to heels. Walk your arms out in front of you. Now walk both of your arms over to the right side of the mat, little side stretch. Back to center and over to the left. And then come to center. 1 set of tricep push-ups to finish. So you'll walk your knees back a little bit. Unless you're doing these in a full-on plank, then that's fine. You can find your full plank. Otherwise, you can stay on your knees. Just have them back a little bit further than they just were. Pick your feet up. So you're in this sort of plank on your knees. Your shoulders will be ever so slightly forward of your wrists. And then you're just going to bend your elbows a little and bend them a lot. And then push the ground away, straighten your arms. Bend a little, get into your muscles, bend a lot, and straighten. 3 more, bend a little, bend a lot, and straighten. Last 2, bend a lot, and straighten. 1 more time, bend a little, bend a lot, and straighten. Sit back into your child's pose 1 final time. And then you can carefully come forward and you are all done. Have a great day. Thanks.